Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Wieland. I am an author, game designer, and professional nerd. Tonight, I am the host of Theater of the Mind Players, your friendly local actual play stream. Tonight, we are playing our final episode of our first game series this season. This is, of course, our game Cyberpunk Red by R. Talsorian. It is a cyberpunk action adventure game set in the Cyberpunk 2020 continuum that eventually becomes the Cyberpunk 2077 video game. And this game, Cyberpunk Red, is set in the middle of that time frame. So like 2045, I think, is where the target is. We have had a ton of fun playing this particular game, and I always feel like I say this when we do these games, like, oh, this was fun, and we should do it again sometime. But really, this has been fun. I'm very excited to bring this last episode to you, and I'm sure that everybody here at the table is ready to end on a high note. So now that I have grossly overinflated our audience expectations,
prepare to be disappointed.
Let's go through our cast and crew here and let everybody introduce themselves, who they are, what they're playing, and what their favorite moment from the last episode was. So I'll start with myself. My name is Rob Wieland, he, him. I am going to be your game master for the evening. And I think my favorite moment from the last episode was, now I'm the one, so this is funny because usually I'm the one, everyone else is like, I don't remember, and I gently mock them for it. And now I'm the one who's like, I don't remember.
Gentle mocking.
Yes, it is always the gentlest of mocking.
Mock, yeah.
I think my favorite moment from last session was when I was able to cut a deal with Sarah story-wise so that we could keep the flow of the story moving forward. And she was willing to flee, and I basically said, if you flee, sucks to get captured, but you'll be able to get her back later. And she agreed to it. And I think that it's a good example. I think it's a good example of negotiating at the table, which is something that GMs should have in their toolbox to keep the story going, because that's one of those things that happens all the time in fiction that rarely happens in a game context because players dislike having their agency taken from them. But in that case, by making sure you're going to be captured, it's going to be part of the story. It'll be fun. That way we were able to do that part. So let's go to our first mind player.
Hello, I am Tawny P. Thompson, she, hers. I am an actor and fight choreographer and voiceover artist here in Milwaukee, and I am playing Winger, the solo and twin sister of Stux. And Rob kind of stole my favorite bit because getting to rib Sarah for abandoning her twin sister was fun. So.
And you get to keep doing it this session. Because as we all know, the characters that Tawny play always just let bygones be bygones, and never are like that one time. Go. I mean, it's like that time that you let Tony die. But I feel like we need to talk about that story and make that Patreon only content. Like, we've made this joke like 8 times now. What does that mean? Maybe that's what we should do on the Patreon. It's like, here are our joke explainers for those of you who weren't sitting at our private table with us while we were not doing this on a stream. Let's move on to our next mind player.
Hello, I am Sarah Babe, she, they, and I am also a voice actor, podcaster, general nerd, and stormwater cop.
Don't forget fan favorite.
Oh yeah, fan favorite Fakara. Oh, I gotta tell you a story about that later.
Also on our Patreon only.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Patreon only. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I'm playing Stux, who is Winger's twin sister, and as I gotta say, I don't really have like a favorite moment from last time, but I definitely have a most memorable moment. I think it was the the video of seeing Beelzel-Bob getting effed up. Like that was just like it's like, well, we know what we're doing now. So I it was one of those moments in game where you're like, yep, this is
our next session is definitely going to be devoted to
murder.
To a lot of punch murder.
Yeah. It's like, well, let's go murder that guy.
Let's go to our next mind player.
Hello, I am Tony Cheek. I am a voice actor, and I play games, and I'm also the president of Bullshit Island. I am playing Jack Pulse, who is a rocker boy. Did I say I'm he him?
You didn't.
You did now.
You did now.
I am he him, ladies and gents. And my favorite part of last episode was talking to the stupid clown intercom outside the clown building.
Oh yes, Chucklebucks, the clown themed restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh,
that everybody
back to me now.
That everybody was like, "What? No, don't. What? No, don't." This truly is a grim cyberpunk future.
I just enjoyed the whole debate of whether I was talking to a real person or no.
All right, let's move on to our next mind player.
Hi, I'm Ethan Eichstedt Anderson, he, him, and I am playing Boost McCoy, a nomad. I think my favorite part of last time was when Tony and I opened the car doors to let Winger in after getting out of the police station. I just failed at opening car doors.
Yep.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, but I also enjoyed that.
And let's move on to our final mind player.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jordan Fishburne, she, her. I am playing Amaretto's son, Fixer. And my favorite moment from last episode had to be the time that me and Winger kind of swanned off to chase clown illusions, our VR experience. And Stux let us go off without her again, without caring where her sister went.
And you did get slightly murdered by a cyber psycho too, so that was nice.
Oh, I survived. Yeah, this was pretty good. I survived.
Well, I was impressed how quickly everybody was like, "Okay, no, let's come together and not let people actually die." So that was heartwarming in a way.
I was enjoying my good use of the negotiator. Finally, I felt like I was able to use that as a clutch thing to stop her from murdering us as bad. So.
All right. So, if you have not watched our previous shows, I recommend that you go do that. Definitely watch, because with this being the season finale of our Cyberpunk Red Run, it's all kind of culminating into this. And at the end of last show, as a brief previously on, the punks discovered that their friend Beelzel-Bob had been taken by the 666, the satanic themed nomad gang that had been lurking in the background after they ran against them in the first episode, and by torturing their friend Beelzel-Bob, they resolved to take these guys out once and for all. So what that means is, for the past few weeks, everybody has been working to get as much information on the 666 as possible. You've been turning over every stone, working all of your contacts, trying to figure out where exactly the this nomad gang hangs their helmets. Of all of you, the person who has the greatest chance of success is Jack. He's like, I did now, really. Good job, me.
Yeah. Go on. Tell me about my successes.
So often, or one of the important parts of Cyberpunk is the contrast, the high tech and the low life, and the grim, dirty streets of Night City and the operatic heights of the rich and powerful. So our story tonight begins in one of those highest of places, specifically a restaurant called Point Lagrange. That is on one of the highest, the ZZ top, if you will, of buildings.
No.
Props.
Hey,
Go
Sarah.
to ZZ Tops where everyone's crazy about a sharp-dressed man.
Make sure to wear your cheap sunglasses.
Do you know what their their special is? Buffalo legs. So we go. Point Lagrange is one of these very exclusive and chic restaurants located on the top of one of these of one of the glistening towers of Night City, where where the advertisements and logos scroll all up the side of the building, and they terminate at this point, looking down on the rest of the city. And in by looking down, it is actually a literal sense of it, because the restaurant is built out, and it is built entirely of transparent plexiglass. So while you're dining, you can literally look down and see the streets below you. And
Hope y'all all okay with the heights.
well,
do they have
don't wear a
carpet
skirt.
options?
do they have a non-vomit section? No. Because it's part of the concept, and so you just have to deal with it. And this is where we find
model.
This is where we find. Well, it's also encased in like a bubble, so it's not like wind rushing past you or anything. But it is out there so that you can sort of see the city, and mostly look down on spaces. And I think even the tables have an AR setup where you can look at specific they do like drone and satellite uplink, so that if you don't want to look down at the real thing, you can look at what's on the screen while you're eating. And that's sort of the carpet option, is like oh well, I'll just set this to a park or something, and you look at that while you eat. But then again, these types of restaurants aren't really about eating. They're about socializing, which is why Jack finds himself riding the elevator up to Point Lagrange for a meeting with an old friend. The old friend is a fixer who you worked with during your meteoric rise through fame. His name is Verge. And he seems to have the information that you need to find out where the location of the pit is. The pit is the headquarters of the 666. And once you know where these vermin have made their nests, it will be much easier to eliminate them. So, how many people are you taking on your meeting with Verge, because he of course is like, oh yes, of course we need to catch up. I'm curious. He's framed this in the like, we haven't had lunch in like 10 years. What's going on, buddy? Kind of a thing. And of course, he invites you to this, 200 Eddie a plate kind of restaurant.
I think I'm only bringing Amaroto-san. My plan is to pretend to have her be my my girlfriend, but in reality, the only reason that I'm bringing her is because I figure, like, kind of like a lawyer, like being another fixer, she'll know when he's bullshitting.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm always up for more adventures of Jordan and Tony. So
Yep.
we'll see how this plays
We'll
out.
definitely survive this, guys.
Trademark of the show.
Third time's the charm.
Oh, you think so?
I said third time's the charm, Rob.
We're gonna
It's
both
sacred.
we're gonna be up here. We're both gonna throw up, and we're gonna fail.
Amaroto made sure to not wear a skirt here, so
I took a Tums.
So the doors open and the bright sunlight is the first thing that catches you. Like normally, you go out into Night City and everything is this. Even on a sunny day, because the air is so filled with particles and fog, it like at best you get kind of light gray, and this is the first time in a long time that either of you has actually seen like actual blue sky. Can I get a personal grooming roll from the two of you? Never thought we'd be using this skill, but that's one of the reasons why we like it.
Fuck. I got a
weird.
I crit failed.
Did you really?
great. Let's hope I can hold this.
So I'll roll again, right? For the
Yeah, you can roll again.
for the negatives.
I got a 14.
I got
6.
a 9.
So I think what happens here is, I think Jack, you make something of a cultural faux pas. Like back when you were going to these sorts of places, you could wear whatever the fuck you wanted because you were a rocker boy, and so you just assume that it's the same thing because people are going to know, hey, I'm Jack fucking Pulse, and it's not the case. Like I think even Amaretto, I think you get kind of a few like, why are you wearing last month's jacket kind of looks like you do get a sense from some of the other people in the waiting area or like the bar that you do get a couple of like there is that tension of the outsider that you walk through, but there are people who are definitely kind of whispering, and like you have your cyber ears up, right, Amaretto?
Yeah.
Like you hear a couple phrases, like one exchange in particular is like, is that Jack Pulse? I think it is. And then somebody else, and then their companion says, I thought he died from a Novacoke overdose. And then the other person, snaps back, looking the way he does, he probably should have,
Ooh, yeah, that sounds about right for rich hoity-toity assholes.
And you, so that you arrive at the Maitre D station, and like an AI construct appears up and says, and what is the name of your party?
I believe it's under Verge.
And the AI construct is like Apple Store androgynous, almost like a supermodel thin version of a gray, sort of look to it. Right this way, please. And it gestures, and little AR arrows, like basically imagine like the the nav arrows that you get when you're wandering through like an open world video game, except they appear
like you're in an IKEA.
Yeah. And as you follow the arrows, you do quickly see Verge, but he is engaged in conversation with someone else at the table.
Can we hear it?
Are you gonna you're
Yeah.
okay.
Always.
Go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Awesome. Perception plus 12. Plus 12. Oh, that would be 20. I rolled an 8.
Nice.
Thank God you're rolling well.
Aren't you glad you brought her now?
Yeah.
I know this isn't your favorite place, and I appreciate you coming with me, but I wanted to make sure that he's doing okay. I mean, did you know that he played and Hojo was in the audience? Have I ever told you about what went on between the two of them? Oh my God. It was drama on a llama writing to your mama. And I can't even, like, I have to know how are they together again? Like this is like some serious, like, yeah, this is some serious soap opera stuff that I need to rattle out. And also on top of that, I mean, maybe we finally get back a little bit of what we lost on that deal with the 666. Don't you think so, baby? Yeah, you think so, baby. Don't you think so, baby? Yeah. Oh, you're a messy baby. You're a messy baby. And as you approach, you see that Verge's face is being licked by a small dog.
Oh, okay.
Who has the dog has well-styled, short, curly hair with glitter coming down the sides of it.
It's a glue!
Come on, you didn't know that as soon as he said dog?
As soon as he said dog, I started saying gloodle.
I didn't know, but
gloodle.
It's a gloodle. It's a gloodle. It's a gloodle.
Now, is it a gloodle or is it a toy gloodle?
It's a gloodle.
It's a gloodle.
Big gloodles are called gliddles, so.
Or is it just a dog that he just glued glitter to?
Jordan, you're gonna make me write this supplement. Stop it.
Rob, everything that I say is meant to make your life harder. I don't know what you're expecting at this point.
It's our job.
I'm gonna be like, no, Jace, just it's gonna be 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 2 books tops about gloodles, okay? Just,
the dog of 2077.
Yeah, by the time 2077 rolls around, that's when you get your gliddles and your gleedles and your globbies.
It was the dog years of Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
As soon as Verge sees you, he scoops up the gloodle and comes over to Jack and gives him a huge hug and a kiss on the cheek and says, "It's so good to see you, my darling. How have you been? You've never met Prius. Say hello." And like Prius barks like once, like meh, almost like he's like, "Sup."
Oh, hello, you little Toyota.
And who is your lovely friend?
Oh, this is my lovely girlfriend, Amaretto.
Ah, Amaretto. So lovely to see you. I'm sure that Jack has had nothing but terrible things to say about me. Verge is dressed in a black and white motif, and that goes all the way up through, like, his hair is thin on top but shock white, dark black eyebrows, white white lipstick, and then like a 3-piece suit where each layer alternates between black and white. The Gloodle Prius is like a seafoam green that lets the sparkle, the sparkles on the side of the dog stand out a little more. I mean, you know, when you are able to pay for a genetically engineered pet, you get all sorts of interesting color options. Verge sets down Prius the Gloodle, and then pulls out the chair for Jack, and scoots him in, pulls out the chair for Amaretto, and then seats himself. And then, well, how long has it been? 10 years already? It seems like only yesterday we were alternating who was pulling whom out of the gutter.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know how long it's been, but it's definitely been quite a while.
It was lovely to hear from you, or rather to hear from that person, the other person, about the other thing, to the other thing, and the other person. But it's so nice to see you. What have you been up to?
Well, I'm trying to get the band back together. Haven't had so much luck with that, but I did play a gig.
Yes, I heard.
Went rather well. Not my usual location, but I had an old friend have it set up, and they assured me it would go well, and it did.
Well, sometimes you need to just strike out on your own.
Yes, sometimes you do.
And how did you two meet?
Oh, she tells the story way better than I do.
Rude. It's a funny story. It's a funny story. It was actually at one of those, I forget the word, like neurovision bars with like the headset thing, right?
Oh, a BD club.
Yeah, that must be it. And I was just dropping something off there, and he was walking out. He'd paid an exorbitant amount of money there. I don't know what that was all about. I'm not sure exactly what they do there, but
he was even tipping the girls that weren't dancing. It was amazing.
I was watching people make spreadsheets.
And it was, just love at first sight. What can I say?
Oh, that's very sweet. I'm a little, to be honest, I'm a little surprised that you met in this sort of way. I mean, when I met the last time I was hanging out with Jack. Well, to be fair, isn't that right, Prius? He is, kind of an old soul romantic type. Has he written any songs for you yet? Because that's one of his big moves.
Not yet. But I've seen him working on some stuff, so maybe he just hasn't told me.
Oh, well, I mean,
you know me, I don't like to share anything unless it's finished.
Oh, yes, that is true. That is true. So
I'm trying to neg me, Rob.
Well, I haven't decided. I think he was going to bring up Hojo, but then was like, wait, no, that's a bad move.
Now he's kind of stuck.
Yeah. I also realized I'm giving Jack a voice he's never used, and I just imagine that somehow Verge has only ever heard me talk this way, and now I have to keep up the ruse. This is how I speak.
I did a Spanish accent for this guy, and now
for some reason he doesn't recognize me unless I talk this way. I don't know.
So should we get what do you think we should get for something for the table, perhaps? Or did you just want to get down to business?
Well, unless they have genuine Wisconsin mott sticks, I'm ready to get down to business.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe we can have them drone something in, but
yes, because in Wisconsin, cheese is cheese.
Very good. You, from what I understand, are interested in doing some business with the 666.
Yes, very much so. I'm looking to get into more of that death metal thing, and they really seem to have that down.
Ah, wow.
I have to walk a mile in their nomad shoes to really understand their
And you
desires, their deep, deep desires.
and that so you want to arrange some kind of meeting with them at the pit, yes?
If possible, I mean, you're the fixer. I hoped that you'd be able to pull something like that off. I understand that they have a leader who is not exactly the most sociable person in the world, but
Star is he's an intense boy, and he
so I've
really
heard. So I've heard.
well. And here's the thing, Jack. What I'm interested in isn't necessarily a working arrangement with them so much as payback.
Oh, interesting. Why is this?
Well, when you give them a moderate sum for a certain amount of chemical enhancement, because you are in the process of throwing a small exclusive orgy party for some of the more reputable producers, media producers in Night City, and they don't deliver said product and they skate with your money. Well, now I don't know if you know the types of people who can do, what level of payback you can give, and when every time he says payback, Prius angrily barks and growls.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm assuming that since you're asking about finding them, you're interested in maybe something a little similar.
Well, I don't actually have to meet the man. Inspiration can come from anywhere. So if that's bashing heads in, I suppose I'll get what I need for my death metal with a little death. Am I right?
Extra death with that metal.
Right.
Go, honey.
Oh God.
Oh, I love it.
So, then why don't I let me transmit, or actually he goes, Prius, can you give him the information? Just kidding. I can't afford one of those models. No.
I was going to say, I may have to leave. You may have lost your mind.
But you see his hands, working an AR keyboard, and then you feel your agent get a ping. They're working out of a very pleasant place. They've actually overtaken a small corporate facility that they're using as a base of operations. I believe it is called it's an industrial plant outside of Night City that's for the Montezuma Funereal Industrial Company.
A bunch of Satan worshippers roaming the desert decided to take over a corpo building, did they?
Well, more of a corpo factory, but it's the kind of place that seems to work well for them. After all, who wants to visit a place where bodies are processed?
Oh, not me. I don't at all.
Well, that's
where I'm going.
That's where that's where their base of operations is. If you would be so kind as to deliver my regards to them, I would be very appreciative, Jack. Who knows? Maybe I'm sure I could arrange a flight to Acapulco or some kind of romantic getaway for you two kids.
Oh, absolutely. I do expect some compensation. This is a little bit more than I thought I'd be signing up for, but hey, the job would be a little bit easier if we're at a body processing plant. So it's not that bad.
It could be worse, right? I mean, you've played worse places than this.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm always willing to get back to my roots.
Well then, here's to making music together. And the three of you clink glasses, and we cut to where are you meeting with the rest of the punks to talk shop after your meeting with Verge?
I guess the Alamo. That seems to be our haunt.
It's where everybody knows your name, and we don't have to pay to build another set. So,
And for some reason, Ted Danson's always there, so it works out.
Samoan Ted Danson. Okay, so what are Winger and Stux and Boost doing while you're waiting for Amaretto and Jack to?
I want to say a drinking contest, but that's maybe just the Winger in me talking.
Maybe Winger is trying it. I like the idea that you're trying to get one started, and everyone else is like, "No, we did that. We did that last night. No."
We're about to go fight people. We can't be drunk.
Is there an arcade game that you drink against? Like it's a drinking game, but it's like, so because you can't find people to drink against, so it's the bar's like, hey buddy, do you want to drink against me? And it's like Punch Out, but it's really Drink Out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Robo bar dice.
It's like Back to the Future 2, and there's two kids. They're like, this is a baby's toy.
No, so I think Hen is like, you're the only person who uses this, and he gestures to the I think it's like a, I don't know, like I want to say it's like an over the top anime, like
Over
sexy
the top?
pirate, like,
Oh.
let's go drinking.
Is it
Madam
it a
Wu
callback
Ping?
to Madam Ping?
Maybe. I feel like why not? So it's like sexy anime Madam Wu Ping doing a drinking contest.
It's an anchor of your heart drinking game.
Put your Eddie in my slot and let's get ready to have some fun.
Oh no! I'm putting an Eddie in Madam Luo Ping's slot, which is
Woo!
fine.
It's so big.
Oh my god.
Oh no! Madam
And
Ping would be pissed. I just want to put.
Oh
that
yeah,
out
no,
there.
she's currently rolling
in her water grave.
not even in her grave, whatever time zone, whatever time period she's in.
She's currently kicking the screen on one.
And Hen is like, you don't just.
Do I make it worth your time to keep it in this bar, Hen?
Do you just want it? You can just have it. Like, go take it and put it in your.
Oh no, I cannot put it in my apartment.
Well, yeah.
Mark would just. I can't do that.
Well,
No.
Did she come back?
No, but they will. So.
Okay.
I can't.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up.
It. I can't put it in there. That's all I'm saying. Anyhow, I'm gonna punch this thing now.
And that is when Amaretto and Jack come back.
I kind of figure Stux might be like pouting in a corner somewhere because she still feels super bad about getting Winger arrested. So she might just be
I'll
like,
bring it up a few times.
She might just be like hacking in the air, whatever. And
well, I think Hen comes over to you and is like, so am I putting all of her drinks on your tab again?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you're gonna be okay, right? Like,
Yeah.
This isn't like, because she drinks a lot.
I know.
Like a lot. Like,
I know.
does she have a cyber liver? Because
That's all good.
she should.
I know.
Okay.
It's okay.
Do you want your usual noodles?
Yeah.
Pineapple fried noodles?
Yeah, could I get a Shirley Temple too?
Okay. What's Boost doing?
I'm pacing, just waiting.
With your
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready to like go. I'm loaded up, have the keys in my hand, just waiting for them to come back.
So Amaretto and Jack come back. You know, they you both have your bellies are slightly full. I mean, this is Point of the Grange is definitely one of those places where the plates are big and the portions are small. And you hear or you see Hen walking back to the kitchen, and he's like, So how was their food? Do you guys want anything? Are you full?
Cheese curds would be wonderful.
Yeah. Specifically from Culver's.
Right. Soy curds coming right up. And you hear him, wrestling with the auto chef in the back. Okay, it's up. Ow!
Grab him and bring him to the table.
Are we gonna find a finger in one of those cheese curds? Okay.
That guy really wanted to talk to you about Hojo. You probably should have gone to something besides the girlfriend angle on this one.
Yeah. Well, first of all, that fucking accent's exhausting.
Ooh, y'all are dating? When did that happen?
No. By the way, Amaretto, did you? I cannot get a read on that guy. Does he have an ulterior motive as a fixer? Did you pick up anything while you were there, or was that a waste of time?
Do you want to give me a human perception roll?
Yeah. Could I have the added to it because I was listening in with my ear?
Take it.
Woo woo. That's 18. 4 plus 12.
That's 16, Jordan.
No, 4 plus 14. Sorry, I have the plus 2. The end result was correct. The math was incorrect. It's my speciality.
Oh my god.
As far as you can tell, he doesn't have an ulterior motive beyond go ahead and fuck up the 666.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the most suspect thing that you can think of is, maybe he's using Jack as something of a disposable asset, in the sense of, like, if you do go and fuck up the 666, great. If you die in the process, I don't know him. Sorry. We haven't talked in like 10 years.
Yeah. I think he was honest about the 666. I just think that maybe you shouldn't consider him very much of a friend anymore, because I doubt he'd care if this little trek out to the desert ended in you being dead.
Well, that's fair. I don't have many friends these days.
Hey man, we got
really
you.
boring. The black and white is totally played out. Like, get some color. I don't get it.
Yeah, I liked his dog though, and in that moment, I changed my hair color to this shade of the dog.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Boost.
Mm-hmm.
While they've been chatting about this, you pulled the data that they got about the location. She's like, okay, finally, now we know where to go. We got to hit him. And then something stops your blood cold. If this GPS is right, and the Montezuma Funeral building is where they say it is, it's in a bad spot, because Montezuma Funeral is located in Las Sombras territory, the lifelong rival of the McCoy family. But on that note, so that means one of two things. You're either going to have to go to your family to ask permission to hit the facility, or you're going to have to go out on your own and hope that nobody knows that you're there. And on that note, we end this segment of our final Cyberpunk Red story, and we'll be back with our next segment of our final episode, which is entitled In Lieu of Flowers. So please tune in to the same spot where you got this one, whether it's on podcast or video, and we'll be back with the next chapter of our final story of Cyberpunk Red. See you then. Congratulations, fellow human! You've reached the end of an exciting episode of Theater of the Mind Players. If you enjoyed our story, please like the video. If you want more games, subscribe to our channel. Attack the bell for notifications on new posts. If you liked the episode, please tell us what you enjoyed the most in the comments. If you loved the episode, consider joining our Patreon. You'll get access to special shows, session zeros, and help us determine what we play on the show. We love our friends of Pat Rayon, and we hope to see you there.